There is a specific kind of silence that happens at 11 o'clock p.m. It's not just the absence of noise outside your window, it is the silence of your phone screen. You are lying there, the day is done, and your mind starts to drift toward that one specific person. You wonder, is she looking at her phone right now? Is she thinking about me? Or is she just scrolling through social media, indifferent to my existence? We have all been there. That heavy feeling in the chest where you want to reach out, you want to say goodnight, but you are terrified of looking needy, desperate, or just being another boring notification on her lock screen. Listen to me closely. The last thought a human being has before they drift into unconsciousness is the most powerful thought of the day. It primes the subconscious mind. It dictates what they dream about. It dictates how they feel when they wake up. If you can hack that specific window of time, that twilight zone between being awake and falling asleep, you don't just get a reply, you occupy real estate in her mind for the next 8 hours. Most men get this wrong. They send the standard boring, low-effort text. Good night, sweet dreams. Sleep well. Hope you had a good day. These are nice, they are polite, and they are completely forgettable. Being nice doesn't trigger attraction. Being memorable does. Being nice doesn't make her heart race. Creating a sense of mystery and intrigue does. Tonight, we are not just talking about texting. We are talking about psychological implantation. We are talking about how to phrase a few simple words so that when she puts her phone down, she is staring at the ceiling, smiling, and wondering what you're doing. We are going to turn the tables. Instead of you waiting for her reply, we are going to make her wait for yours. Before we dive into the deep psychology of this, I want you to take a second. If you have ever felt that anxiety of waiting for a text back, or if you want to master the art of modern communication, hit that like button right now. It tells me you are serious about upgrading your life. And if you are new here, subscribe. We don't do basic advice, we do results. Now think about the last time you were truly infatuated with someone. It wasn't because they were constantly available. It was because there was a gap, a space where you had to guess how they felt. Tonight, we are going to teach you how to create that gap using the goodnight text as your weapon. We are moving away from the simp mentality and stepping into the high-value mentality. You are not asking for her attention. You are giving her a glimpse of your reality and then taking it away. That is the essence of seduction. Let's change the way you end your day forever. Let's strip away the myths. Why do 90% of goodnight texts fail? It is because they signal game over. When you send a definitive good night, talk to you tomorrow, you are closing the loop. The human brain, specifically the female brain, which is highly attuned to social cues and emotional nuances, craves open loops. There is a psychological concept called the Zeigarnik effect. It states that people remember uncompleted or interrupted tasks better than completed ones. So when you say good night, you complete the task. You give her permission to stop thinking about you. If you are constantly the one ending the conversation with a polite sign-off, you are killing the tension. Tension is the fuel of attraction. Without tension, you are just a friend. You are a sibling. You are safe. Safe is the enemy of desire. We need to rewrite your approach. The goal of the text isn't to be polite. The goal is to trigger a dopamine release. Dopamine is the chemical of seeking and reward. If you give her the reward, your full validation, too easily, the seeking stops. I want you to imagine 2 scenarios. Scenario A, you send, "Good night, beautiful, sleep tight." She reads it, thinks, "Oh, that's sweet," puts the phone down and goes to sleep. End of story. Scenario B, you send, "I just saw something that reminded me of you, but it's too late to get into it now. Sleep well." Do you see the difference? In scenario B, she cannot sleep. Her brain is screaming, "What? What did he see? Was it funny? Was it romantic? Was it something bad?" You have created a mystery. You have opened a loop. Even if she sleeps, her subconscious is trying to solve the puzzle of you. This is where men lose the battle. They are afraid that if they aren't overly sweet, she will lose interest. The opposite is true. Oversweetness creates a cavity. It rots the attraction. You need to be a little bit spicy. You need to be a challenge. Let's pause here. If you have ever sent a text and immediately regretted it because it sounded too desperate, drop a comment below saying guilty. We need to be honest with ourselves to fix this. It's a safe space, but we are here to grow. Now understand the timing. Never, and I mean never, send the goodnight text when you are the one waiting for a reply. If you sent the last message 3 hours ago and she hasn't replied, do not send a goodnight text to follow up. That is called double texting, and it screams insecurity. It tells her, "I am sitting here monitoring my phone, waiting for you, and now I am sad, so I am going to sleep." The best goodnight texts are sent when the conversation is at a high point or completely out of the blue when she isn't expecting it. You want to be the one who leaves the party while it's still fun, not the guy who stays until the lights turn on and the janitor comes out. We are going to break down the specific categories of these texts: the challenge, the future pace, and the callback. But before you send any of these, you must internalize this belief. You are the prize. You are not seeking her approval to sleep. You are granting her the privilege of being your last thought. That shift in energy can be felt through the screen. All right, let's get into the tactical side. How do we actually construct these messages? We are going to look at 3 specific frameworks. You can rotate these so you never become predictable. First, the future pace text. This text plants an idea in her head about the two of you doing something together in the future. It assumes familiarity and confidence. Instead of, "Good night, hope to see you soon," try this: "You need to get some rest. You're going to need a lot of energy to keep up with me when we go to that concert next week. Night." Analyze this. You are telling her what to do. Get some rest, which shows leadership. You are implying she needs energy to handle you, which is playful arrogance. And you are confirming the date. It's confident, it's bold, and it's attractive. Second, the accusation text. This is playful and creates a push-pull dynamic. Try this: "I'm going to sleep. Try not to obsess over me too much in your dreams tonight. I know it's hard." This is powerful because it flips the script. Usually guys are the ones obsessing. By accusing her of obsessing over you, you force her to think about you. She might text back, "Haha, you wish," or "in your dreams." It doesn't matter what she replies. The point is, she is engaging with the frame that she likes you. Third, the cliffhanger text. We touched on this earlier, but here is how to execute it perfectly. Try this: "Remind me to tell you about the dream I had about you tomorrow. It was interesting. Night." The word interesting is neutral. It could mean sexy, it could mean weird, it could mean funny. Her mind will race to the most emotional option. She will almost certainly reply asking, "What happened?" You do not reply. You go to sleep. You let that curiosity marinate for 8 hours. When you wake up, you have the power. If you are finding value in these examples and want a full breakdown of daytime texting strategies, make sure you check the link in the description or browse the channel after this video. We have a whole playlist dedicated to digital attraction. Now let's talk about the visual text. This is for when things are a bit more established. "My bed feels way too big tonight. Something is missing." It's not explicitly sexual, but it is suggestive. It puts the image of you in bed into her mind. It invites her to imagine herself there. It's vulnerable but masculine. It doesn't say, "I miss you, please love me." It states a fact about your reality that includes a space for her. The key to all of these is detachment. You send the text and then you put the phone away. You do not stare at the screen waiting for the 3 dots to appear. If she replies instantly, you can wait 10 or 15 minutes before replying, or better yet, reply in the morning. This shows that you have discipline. A man with discipline over his own impulses is incredibly attractive to women. It signals that you are in control of your life. Also, vary the medium. Sometimes a voice note is 10x more powerful than a text. Hearing your voice, especially late at night when your voice is deeper and slower, creates an intimacy that text cannot match. A simple 5-second voice note saying, "Hey, just heading to bed, wanted to say goodnight," can trigger a biological response in her that text simply won't. We are going deep now. This is for the advanced players. This is for when you want to reset the dynamic or when you feel she is taking you for granted. This strategy is called the pattern break. Humans are pattern recognition machines. If you text her "good night" every single night at 11:30 p.m. for 2 weeks, she expects it. It becomes a routine. Routine is comfortable, but it is not exciting. Once in a while, you must do the no text "good night." You talk to her during the evening, the conversation hits a natural lull around 9 or 10 p.m., and then you just stop. You don't say goodnight. You don't sign off. You just go to sleep. Why does this work? Because at 11:30 p.m. she looks at her phone. No text. 11:45 p.m. Still no text. She starts thinking, is he okay? Is he mad? Did he go out? Is he with someone else? Uncertainty. We discussed earlier that safety is the enemy of desire. A little bit of anxiety, just a microdose, is healthy for attraction. It reminds her that your attention is not a guaranteed monthly subscription. It is a reward that must be earned. The next morning you text her normally. "Passed out early last night. Crazy long day. Good morning." This signals that you are a busy man with a mission. You are not staying up late pining over her. You prioritize your rest and your purpose. This skyrockets your perceived value. However, use this sparingly. If you do this every night, you just look uninterested. It's like salt. A little bit brings out the flavor. Too much ruins the dish. Another advanced technique is the callback to vulnerability. If she shared something personal or difficult with you that day, your goodnight text should pivot to that. I know today was rough with your boss. Just know I'm proud of how you handled it. Sleep well. This isn't a game. This is genuine connection. It shows you listen. It shows you provide emotional safety. While we talk about games and mystery, the foundation must be strength and security. A woman wants a man who can be mysterious, yes, but also a man who can be a rock when she feels like the world is chaotic. This text tells her, I see you, I appreciate you, I am here. Let's take a quick moment. If you want to support this channel so we can keep bringing you these deep dives, please hit that subscribe button and turn on the notification bell. The algorithm hides this kind of masculine self-improvement content, so your interaction actually helps other men find this advice. Now, a critical warning. Emojis. Be very careful. A wall of heart emojis, sleepy faces, and kisses looks feminine. It looks childish. Rule of thumb. Use one emoji or none. Good night is playful. Good night is overwhelming and needy. Keep it stoic, keep it brief. Let your words do the heavy lifting, not the cartoons. Finally, in this section, consider the challenge of silence. If you are in the talking stage and things are undefined, sometimes the best goodnight text is the one that sets up a date. I'm done texting. Let's save the rest of this conversation for dinner on Thursday. Good night. You are cutting off the cheap dopamine of texting and demanding the high-value dopamine of real-life interaction. You are showing that you value her time and your time enough to want to see her face-to-face. We have covered the psychology, the frameworks, the specific scripts, and the advanced pattern breaks. But all of this, every single word of this 50-minute discussion, is useless if you do not possess the underlying mindset. The text is just a vehicle. The fuel is your self-worth. If you send a challenge text, but you are trembling with anxiety, wondering if she likes it, she will feel that vibration. Women are intuitive masters. They can smell congruency. If your text says, I'm the prize, but your energy says, please like me, you will fail. You need to reach a point in your life where you are genuinely content with or without her reply. When you send that goodnight text, you are putting the phone down and focusing on your rest because you have a mission to conquer tomorrow. You are not looking for her to complete you. You are inviting her to complement you. When you internalize this, your texts naturally become shorter, wittier, and more attractive. You stop over-explaining. You stop apologizing for taking up space. You start communicating like a king, not a jester dancing for the queen's amusement. So tonight, I want you to try it. Pick one of the frameworks we discussed. Maybe the cliffhanger, maybe the accusation, or maybe just the no-text pattern break if you've been too available lately. Watch what happens. Watch how the energy shifts. Watch how she chases you. Remember, attraction is not a choice. It is a biological response to the right stimuli. You now have the keys to those stimuli. Use them wisely. Use them with integrity, but use them. Thank you for sticking with me through this deep dive. If you found this helpful, do not leave without liking the video. It costs you nothing, but helps us immensely. Leave a comment below with the word night if you watched until the end. I want to see who the real dedicated students are. Until next time, keep improving, stay mysterious, and sleep well. You've got work to do tomorrow.